Hi everyone, this is Ty William. How everyone doing today? You check the video right here. You see the message. The problem with modern day women of wrestling. Look down on the description right down below on these video on women wrestling topic. I'm gonna rant about the problems with modern day women wrestling. You guys don't like it, and you guys gonna hate what I said, but this is my truth. And I feel like everyone needs to know about this, including WWE and AEW and some of the wrestling companies as well, like Combat Zone Wrestling. Those are the companies that doesn't care about women wrestling, period. I'm just gonna keep it real to you because majority of wrestling fans are males, and males don't really care about women wrestling, period. Only males care about is women who are hot, who are sexy, who got sex appeal, who is blonde, who look like a porn star or a Playboy model, who have a model look that guys want to have sex with. Hey, that is the truth. If you don't believe me, look down below. Even like Vince McMahon doesn't care about women wrestling. AEW claiming that women are equal towards men. I'm gonna be honest with you here. AEW listen to their fans. They're hardcore fans, and I feel like some of their hardcore fans are sexist and transphobic and homophobic, and they still have this mindset like Jim Cornette and the old school wrestling, like the Attitude Era, ECW, and men's don't really care about women wrestling. And that's the problem with modern day women wrestling. They book them terribly, like backstage politics in WWE and AEW. If the women are not the ideal woman, what guys want, and guys want women to look sexy and act sexy. Why Vince McMahon used Charlotte to bury the NXT women's division, and Vince McMahon doesn't care about the women's division. So that tells you something, that he used Charlotte as the ideal what men want for women wrestling. That is the truth. And Charlotte, she is not a interesting woman's wrestler. She just like the daughter of Ric Flair, and she just there to bury great talent women wrestlers, like she trying to. It's funny too, somebody brought this up too. Somebody wrote Charlotte trying to bury Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch rise above Charlotte, and then all of a sudden Becky Lynch became pregnant. Charlotte buried Sasha Banks and Bailey, and not only Charlotte buried Sasha Banks, but she buried other talent like Oscar. And once she buried Oscar by Vince McMahon in WWE, Oscar is not interesting no more. You get what I'm saying? And now I'm waiting to see, will Charlotte or WWE. I'm just waiting to see that is Charlotte and WWE gonna bury Hiro Shirai. That is what I'm waiting to see, because I heard that they're gonna have a triple threat match, and if Hiro Shirai lost in that match and Charlotte remained champion, yeah, that's WWE agenda, like blonde hair, big boobs, who sell sex, wins all the time. Even if you watch Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair, it's like Trish Stratus passed the torch to Charlotte Flair to be the next ideal blonde hair woman who sell sex, and that's the truth. Even the way I see it with the women's division and AEW, I'm being honest with you. I feel like AEW doesn't care about women wrestling, and I would not be surprised that Nyla Rose gonna lose the title towards Sheeta. I cannot pronounce her last name. I'm gonna say Sheeta, and I feel like Sheeta gonna get the title because of AEW's hardcore fans who is sexist and who is homophobe and who is transphobic will get what they want. And that's how the professional wrestling business is. If you don't have the sex appeal and if you're not pretty, you will not get a big push, and you treat it like you doesn't exist. And it's the sad reality of women in wrestling. And I feel like whoever is a woman wrestler, it's time for you to be that mold and that representative of what women wrestler should be, without men telling you what to do about being a woman in professional wrestling. I want to see women wrestlers to be respected as wrestlers, not as women wrestlers, but as wrestlers. And there are good women wrestlers who is damn good in ring work. I'm talking about in ring work and my skills, and they could tell a story. And I feel that this is the time for women wrestlers to be like a role model to young girls who watch wrestling, or women who watch wrestling. Like, women's wrestlers, you have the ability to empower other women, including yourself. Like, be who you are. Like, be the representatives of each woman you could relate to. And I feel like there are lots of guys who is relatable towards women and males. I want to see women be very relatable to both sexes. Like, you don't have to be sexy to get over. That's what the sexism in wrestling is nowadays. Like, the sexist man is training women's wrestlers to be like, oh, it's okay to sell sex. And then when you sell sex, you get over. And I see that a lot. And I feel like it's time for a change. Like, we want a Sasha Banks. We want an Oscar. We want a Carly Sane. We want women who could wrestle and be good at it. And it's sad to me that backstage politics is ruining women wrestling, but also in wrestling in general. And that's why I feel like there is no superstar right now, because everybody had this ideal of women should supposed to be like this, men should supposed to be like that, gay men should supposed to be like a comedian. What was this like? We supposed to be this, we supposed to be that type of energy in professional wrestling. I want a wrestling to tell a story. You know, I want professional wrestling to tell a story. I want to see something like I see in a comic book or I see in Game of Thrones. I could see in a story that makes sense. I want a story that makes sense. Like, we are not living in Jerry Springer, Attitude Era, ECW era right now. We living in the modern day. Like, what people want to see. There are people who is part of the LGBT community and still getting judged by their sexuality and discriminating about their sexuality. You have women who dealing with discrimination against men, the hatred against men. You got racism going on. It's like wrestling is trying to not trigger people, but at the same time want to trigger people with their backward ideal. You get what I'm saying? And I want to see that in wrestling, especially in women wrestling. I want all women wrestling to have their moment, to have their shine, especially in WWE. Like, WWE, y'all need to stop with this two women wrestlers type of angle and booking. I want all women wrestlers to be like NXT, like the main roster. Like, you see how NXT women's division is? Like, everyone have their shine. Everyone have their moment. But when it comes to the main roster, everything is a complete mess because of backstage politics. Like, this person doesn't believe the old school gender. And now we want the new school gender. What is the new school gender? And let me tell you something too. Before y'all gonna get upset when y'all guys gonna get upset when I say this. All blonde hair women are not sexual objects. What they did to Lana and Liv Morgan is disgusting. There are more to Lana's character and Liv Morgan's character. Both of them is fun-loving and goofy. And that storyline killed their persona in WWE. And that's the problem with women wrestling. WWE always book females who have blonde hair to sell sex. And that's the truth. Like, I want to see a blonde haired woman who could be sexy but could wrestle or have some type of personality. And that's why I have this fear for Scarlett Bonnet. Scarlett Bonnet and Killer Cross. Because if they go to the main roster, Vince McMahon gonna ruin it. WWE gonna ruin it because those are two that we need right now, especially Scarlett. Scarlett could make woman wrestling interesting again. She got the look. She got the sex appeal. She's funny as hell. She is funny. She's kind of like the female Kenny Omega mixed between Trish Stratus and Sable. Like, she's sexy, she's talented, but she's funny. And that is what we want in the women's division. It's about personality. It's all about wrestling. And I don't know, man. So this is Ty Williams. Good day and goodbye.